Talmud Bavli Tractate Beitzah, page 19b. Top of the page with the words Aval Nidarim Unidavos Hakol Divrei Hakol Ein Makrivim B'Yom Tov. However, with regard to vow offerings and gift offerings, all agree that they may not be sacrificed on the actual festival day, as stated by Ula and Rav Ada bar Ahava. The Gemara comments that in this matter, these Tanaim are like those Tanaim, Hani Tanai ki Hani Tanai, which also disagreed about the same issue, as it is taught in Beitzah. One may not bring a thanks offering on the festival of Matzot, due to the leavened bread included with it, as a thanks offering must be accompanied by a meal offering of 40 loaves, 10 of which are leavened bread, which may not be eaten on Passover, nor may one bring this offering on Shavuot, because it is a festival on which one may not bring any offering, even one that is eaten, if it is not part of the festival obligations. However, a person may bring his thanks offering on the festival of Sukkot. Rabbi Shimon, the Beitzah continues, Rabbi Shimon says, but it says, on the festival of Matzot, on the festival of Shavuot, and on the festival of Sukkot. Deuteronomy 16:16. Chag HaMatzot, v'chag HaShavuot, v'chag HaSukkot. To teach, any offering that comes on the festival of Matzot may come on the festival of Shavuot and on the festival of Sukkot, and any offering that does not come on the festival of Matzot may not come on the festival of Shavuot or on the festival of Sukkot. Rabbi Elazar, son of Rabbi Shimon, says a person may bring his thanks offering on the festival of Sukkot and fulfill with his obligation to bring peace offerings of rejoicing. One fulfills the mitzvah to rejoice in a festival by eating the meat of offerings. And this obligation can be fulfilled with the meat of Thanksgiving offering, but does not fulfill with it the obligation to bring a festival peace offering. Amar Mar Ein Mevi'in Toida B'chag HaMatzos Ibnei Chametz Sheba. The Gemara analyzes the Beitzah cited above. The Master said in the Beitzah that one may not bring a thanks offering on the festival of Matzot due to leavened bread included with it. The Gemara expresses surprise. It is obvious that one may not bring this offering on Passover, as it contains leavened bread. So why do you have to say it? It's obvious. Why are you saying it? Rav Ada, son of Rabbi Yitzchak, said, and some say it was Rav Shmuel bar Abba who said, here, this Beitzah is not discussing Passover itself. Rather, we are dealing with a thanks offering sacrifice on the 14th of Nisan, which is Passover Eve. And this Tana holds that one may not bring a consecrated offerings to a situation where the time that they may be eaten is restricted, thereby increasing the likelihood of disqualification. Although it is permitted to eat leavened bread until the 6th hour of the 14th of Nisan, one may not bring a Thanksgiving offering on Passover Eve. Oh, now it all makes sense. The reason is that a thanks offering may usually be eaten for one full day and the following night. And if it is brought on the eve of Passover, the time available before disqualification is reduced. Okay. It was further taught in the Beitzah, nor may one bring a thanks offering on Shavuot, because it is a festival. The Gemara explains that Tana holds that vow offerings and guilt offerings may not be sacrificed on a festival. The Beitzah continues, however, a person may bring his thanks offering on the festival of Sukkot, whereas, whoa, excuse me. The Gemara asks when, if we say he may bring it on the festival day of Sukkot itself. This is difficult. As didn't you say, nor may one bring a thanks offering on Shavuot because it is a festival, indicating that a thanks offering may not be brought on an actual festival day? The same should apply to Sukkot. Rather, it means that one may bring it on the intermediate days of the festival. Rabbi Shimon's, the Beitzah further taught that Rabbi Shimon says, but it says on the festival of Matzot, on the festival of Shavuot, and on the festival of Sukkot, to teach, any offering that comes on the festival of Matzot may come on the festival of Shavuot and on the festival of Sukkot, and any offering that does not come on the festival of Matzot may not come on the festival of Shavuot or on the festival of Sukkot. This seems to indicate that thanks offerings may not be brought on any festival. Rabbi Zera strongly objects to this. Now, if we may chop kindling wood on the intermediate days of the festival for the sake of the festival, is it necessary to state that it is permitted to sacrifice vow offerings and gift offerings on the intermediate festival days? How can it be suggested that Rabbi Shimon prohibits bringing thanks offerings on the intermediate days of the festival of Sukkot? Abaye said, with regard to sacrificing these offerings, I used to have a teacher in one of the schools that I was at, 7th grade. He used to say, "Stop talking!" Some people say ing like "ing." That's reminding me of that. Abaye said, with regard to sacrificing these offerings on the intermediate days of a festival, everyone agrees that is permitted. When they agree, it is not with regard to the halachot of a festival, with respect to determining when one is liable for violating the prohibition. You must not delay. If one vows to bring an offering but fails to fulfill his pledge, how much time must pass before he transgresses the prohibition? You shall not delay to pay it. Deuteronomy 23:22. The first Tana holds that the Merciful One states 3 festivals in the Torah, even not in their proper order, meaning not in accordance with the yearly cycle found in the Torah: Passover, Shavuot, and Sukkot, Pesach, Shavuos, and Sukkot. As soon as 3 festivals passed from the day a person took his vow, if he has yet to bring his offering, he has transgressed the prohibition against delaying. Therefore, the first Tana advises the person who vowed to bring a thanks offering to do so on Sukkot, even if it is the first festival after his vow, and even though it is not the first festival listed by the Torah. If he fails to do so, he will have to make a special trip to Jerusalem in order to sacrifice the offering, as he will not be able to sacrifice it on Passover due to the leavened bread it contains, or on Shavuot because it does not have intermediate festival days. Shabbat HaLuchzol. But Rabbi Shimon holds that if 3 festivals have passed in their proper order, yes, he has violated the prohibition against delaying. But if they have passed not in their proper order, he has not violated the prohibition. If, for example, one vowed to bring an offering between Passover and Shavuot, he may put off bringing the offering until Sukkot of the following year, and therefore he would not be required to travel an extra time to Jerusalem specifically for this purpose. The Beitzah further taught that Rabbi Elazar, son of Rabbi Shimon, says, a person may bring his thanks offering on the festival of Sukkot. The Gemara asks when. If we say that he means on the intermediate days of the festival. This is identical to the opinion of the first Tana of the Beitzah. Rather, he must be referring to the festival day itself, and he holds that vow offerings and guilt offerings may be sacrificed on a festival. The Gemara asks, if so, what is different about the festival of Sukkot that he cited it specifically as an example of a festival? The Gemara answers, Rabbi Elazar, the son of Rabbi Shimon, conforms to his standard line of reasoning, and this ruling too is related to the prohibition against delaying. As it is taught in Beitzah that Rabbi Shimon says, the verse did not have to say the festival of Sukkot, of which the immediately preceding verse was speaking. It was only necessary to add the other festivals. Why, then, is the festival of Sukkot stated? It is to say that this festival, in other words, Sukkot, must be the last one with regard to the prohibition against delaying. One transgresses the prohibition only if the three festivals have passed in their proper order, so that Sukkot is the last of the three. However, Rabbi Elazar, son of Rabbi Shimon, says it comes to say that this festival is what causes a person to be late in fulfilling his vow. In his view, the prohibition against delaying does not depend on the number of festivals. Rather, it means that by the time of Sukkot, the last festival according to the yearly cycle found in the Torah, one must have brought all of his vow offerings of that year. Even one who vowed to bring an offering just before Sukkot must bring his offering before the festival ends. It is taught in the Beitzah, a person may bring his thanks offering on the festival of Sukkot and fulfill it with his obligation to bring peace offerings of rejoicing, but he does not fulfill with the obligation to bring a festival peace offering. The Gemara expresses surprise. It is obvious that one does not fulfill his obligation to bring a festival peace offering with his thanks offering. The festival peace offering is an obligatory matter, as everyone is obligated to bring this offering, and the principle is that anything that is an obligatory matter must come only from that which is non-sacred, meaning that one cannot bring an obligatory offering from an animal that has already been consecrated for another purpose. It follows that one cannot discharge his obligation to bring a festival peace offering with a thanks offering, as he is already obligated to bring the latter and has consecrated the animal for this purpose. The Gemara answers, no. It is necessary to state this halakha in order to teach that even if one specified at the time of his vow that he is consecrating the animal as a thanks offering on condition that it may be used as a festival peace offering as well, he nevertheless does not fulfill his obligation with it. I'm having a newfound appreciation for just a simple explanation, the Pashut. Ein mikra yotzei midei pshuto. Yes, you have unlimited, infinite depth of explanation, but sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Kediva mine Rab Shimon ben Lakish me Rab Yohanan omer harei alai toda ve'etzeh b'yedei chagiga harei nazir. This teaching is similar to the question that Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish asked of Rabbi Yochanan with regard to one who vows and says, "It is incumbent upon me to bring a thanks offering, and I will also fulfill my obligation to bring a festival peace offering with it. Or if he says, I'm a Nazirite, to be continued,